Justin Tebeau Jr. from Green Bay, Wisconsin. I usually have been participating in Lee T. Kerwin's writing group he has, like every Saturday. His writing group helped me out a lot for a little while there too. So. About third grade, like my third grade teacher really liked my writing, so that gave me a boost. And then, sorry, I fell off, and then in sixth grade, my sixth grade teacher liked my writing too, and she'd actually give me extra credit for writing poems. So, and then in high school, I started doing this thing where my older sister and I would write poems and we'd hand them off to each other. It wasn't like competition, it was more like, oh, I like what you did here, oh, I like that line, let me take that line and make this poem out of it. And so it was like a really collaborative effort. And then I went down to a school down in Milwaukee, and that's sort of like when it really hit big for me, because when I first got down there, I checked the papers and found like every single open mic night I could find, and like basically I went to every single day except like Thursday was the only one I couldn't find one. And so it was like a big writing, because I don't like, at the time I didn't like reading the same pieces twice. So I was always writing new stuff just to read at the open mic nights. So yeah, so I had the most fun down in Milwaukee. Not really mainstream, like school papers and stuff. My high school yearbook, actually, I was looking through it and I realized I actually had my poem in there. So. At some point, I'd like to publish a book, and not just poetry. At the moment, I'm also writing a sort of a novel, like a semi-autobiographical novel based off of the relationships between family members, like going back to like my great-grandmother, who was given away at birth, and then my grandfather, when he was 4 years old, he was adopted out. And then he goes down to like my aunt, who my grandpa just took as his own daughter. And then when I was younger, I moved in with my aunt. And so like I realized when I was finding out more about my great-grandmother, I realized like this connection that kind of exists, that kind of flows throughout the family. I've been sort of like writing her life story, like making it up just from like little stories I know about her. So it's sort of a generational thing, but at the same time. Originally it started as a novel, and now I think it's just gonna be like short stories. Saul Williams was a huge influence on me. Like I'd heard one of his poems, and then like it felt like a couple months later, like his movie Slam came out, and that kind of like really lit a fuse underneath me, because I saw that movie like 5 times, saw it 4 times for free through like various groups that were going there and giving out tickets, and so yeah, so that really influenced me a lot. And then of course, then, like at the time, HBO's Deaf Poets was out, so that helped me out too. There's a writer named Mark Lanier who was just like really out there, like in like, his descriptions, and like his writing has like a real kinetic energy to it. So in high school, it's probably like the Beat Generation was a big influence, and mostly like Neil Cassidy and Beat Generation. He was sort of like the muse of the whole thing, because he was like the wild man that everyone more or less wrote about. So I'd say Denise Sweet is actually one of the local writers around here. I took a pre-college program when I was in middle school, and she taught a segment of it. And so it's like the first time I met her, and then like I got into like her writing and stuff. And then it's just like a splattering of like other artists and writers. So. Well, on Town Fest last year, I was really amazed at like how many Wisconsin poets like are out there and stuff, and went to a couple of different panels, and their work really like blew me away. What I'd like to see more of, just like more venues hosting it and stuff. Like I like open mics and stuff. This first one's called Big Eddy Falls, and it's about a memory I had from when I was little. The chaos of the rapids invoke a harmonious chanting, a hum that drowns out the world around me. My father puts down an offering for this day. I watch. Two eagles bless our visit with sacred movements through the sky. I close my eyes and pray for a blessing. My father watches. A feather falls landing before me, and it's for me to pick up. They watch. He gives thanks to his namesakes. I hold their promise in my hand, the recognition of my spirit's worth. Shoreline, this is about a trip I took out to California to visit a friend of mine. And this was, I want to say it was a Friday morning. We went out to the ocean, to see the ocean. And then we started a fire on the beach, and this is about that moment. I'm at the shorelines of time, waves slashing water, crashing cliffs into the background, sounds of infinity evading my soul. The birds scream for dawn, a new day blazes in the fire behind me, 20 feet from the sea. In between history and a revolution, I stand tall, we stand tall. So do these trees, driftwood now, scattered like mystic bones, cast forth by the undertow of time's currents, a prediction unknown, a future unread. I scream across the ocean to God, my voice lost in the blur of my ancestors' prayers, tuned out by the winds that carry their pleas. An unheard history in front of me, a new day beginning behind me. I look one last time to our past and turn, walking towards the fire, welcoming the dawn. The story that I'm writing, this is supposed to be the end scene, so this is like version 6 of it, so it goes. And she said, "This is my war song, an anger I inherited before I could even speak. This is my spirit chanting, the relentless plea for peace sung over the torrents of hurt causing confusion to my people and how we show love. This is my soul's cry, tears shared to cleanse our spirits through our shared experience. This pain runs through us, grandmas and mothers, aunties and nieces, daughters and sisters. We are mourning, but we haven't given up. This is my medicine story, spoken in hopes its words inspire healing, told to show that you, that me, that we are not alone. This is my very being sacrificed for a greater good I'll never see. We are more than the blood that runs through us. By embracing the culture they left, we become their continuation, defiant in our determination, dynamic in our strength. They stand for us, we stand for them. We are the pride of our ancestors." And this last one, I actually wrote at Untitled Fest, The Falls. Her father leaves her alone to awake to the stream babbling the forest secrets. She watches a fish jump out of the water as she follows the river like her father taught her. The air growls louder as she reaches the water's edge. The rapids throw themselves against the rocks. A crisp feeling fills the air as rainbows appear from the mist. As the hum overcomes her senses, a memory returns. She watches as the current cascades into the channel below. She remembers that a darker danger lies below the river's surface. She was learning to run when she slipped into these waters. The undertow of the falls would have taken her, but her mother paid its toll for her passage. A lone hawk in the blue sky bears witness as her tears pay tribute into the rapids for a forgotten sacrifice. Hi, my name is Justin, and I hope you have a happy Poetry Month.